So today we're in the Marrakesh markets, and guess where we're going today? The Secret Gardens. So we're here in Marrakesh, and my granny came here and said, you guys should go see the Secret Gardens. And we were like, what's the Secret Gardens? It's a secret.
It's a secret? Do you think we should go find it?
Yeah, I think it's right here, the door.
I think it is right here, but let's go through the Medina quickly first.
Yeah.
Go and have a little look what's out
Let's
here.
have a recap.
Okay, let's go. Go that way, Harry.
Yeah.
I love the back streets here, you guys.
Yeah. والله نار اسمع
So today we're in the Marrakesh markets, and guess where we're going today? The Secret Gardens. Granny said this was a really beautiful place to go to see how the layout is, how it's built, what kind of plants they have.
And the Muslim culture, kind of like how
Yeah.
they would build it.
Let's go.
You want to get a chessboard, Harry?
I think Oscar does.
Oscar does. You've already got your little wooden camel yesterday.
But a chessboard. A little better.
Okay, let's go through this way.
Or another thing we actually
Thank you.
is a globe.
Wow, look at this.
Studio Magic Box. You know this box? You know this magic box? Not you have the key, not you have the hinge, not you have the side. It's boxes. You can try.
Dad, this is impossible to open.
It's sure it's not it. You just take it boxes like this. One man here, corner, don't slide. No? Otherwise. No? Otherwise.
Whoa! That's actually pretty cool, that puzzle box.
They have this one and they have another one different. This one, take it boxes like this.
Dad, I can keep my money in here.
Mitts for the hammam.
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice.
The mitts.
Oh, nice. I love all the colours. Look at the architecture up there and the colours.
Yeah.
It does look really good. Okay, let's go this way. I reckon it's this way.
Yeah, look at this.
Water.
Yeah.
Look at the colors.
Wow, look at this. I could do with a walking stick.
Look at the iron.
Look, guys, let's put this on the van.
Oh, big key.
What about a big pair of scissors?
Those are pretty amazing.
Wow.
I can
at this
smell all the
stuff.
spices. It does look really beautiful, eh? I wonder how much busier it would be if it wasn't Ramadan. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
even more, the small like tea shops and coffee shops and things like that. And I think it's meant to be pedestrian, but there's like motorbikes, scooters coming through all the time. Okay, let's go. Oscar, what do you think of Marrakesh so far? Is this the busiest Medina you've seen?
Yes,
Busier than other countries or busiest in Morocco? Whoa,
busiest in Morocco.
I think so. So we have found the gardens up here and we're heading through the Medina. It's actually honestly really hard to film. It's actually hard to even walk through here. It's so full. But it's very colourful. It's
You
very
don't go
lively.
2 minutes without a motorbike coming
I
by
know,
you.
here comes a noisy, fast motorbike coming through here. Okay. Whoa. Oh my goodness. But it's exciting anyway.
Yeah.
So, and here we go. Here I can see a sign up here for the Secret Gardens. It's not really much of a secret. Look how busy it is here in the Medina.
It's
it's not much of a secret anymore.
No, it's not much of a secret, is
But we put it viral.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
it? Well, guys, we are inside the secret garden now.
So this
Super
place was
peaceful.
rebuilt back in the 1900s.
19th century.
No, sorry, 19th
So even
century.
older, so in the 1800s.
Wow.
And it says here, so we've just got our little guidebook here, and it's talking about a riad. So this is an actual one of the oldest riads. So do you know what a riad is?
It's a place that represents like a paradise.
Yeah, to
Well-
hold it, to block out the rest of the world, basically, with high windowless walls.
Yeah. So
It's a
yeah.
place of peace and quiet. And
Yeah, so that's
It's
what
a
a
pla-
riad.
it's
So
a
it's like a
magical
house.
place.
It's like a house, a mansion. But the gardens here, this gardens is an Islamic style of garden, and we've seen that actually in other places around the world.
Yeah.
But so in the Islamic and Middle Eastern style of garden, what is it trying to reflect, Harry?
A
Tell us.
magical place,
A
like
magical
a paradise.
place, yeah,
Can I
an
point out
earthly
something?
reflection of a paradise, which is described in the Quran.
Beautiful plant. Well, tree.
Does-
Flowers on it.
I
This looks
actually
beautiful, Oscar.
I actually recognise, although New Zealand's climate is definitely not like this, I actually recognise a few of the trees around.
It does have some really amazing
Like we
parts.
call that one over there a flame tree. like-
up,
Oh, yeah.
up in the
Coral
top.
tree.
Yeah. So it says that it's got plants from 5 different continents,
Yeah.
but from climates that are similar to Morocco. So what sort of countries? So maybe
Middle
other,
East,
maybe
yeah.
Middle
Saudi
Eastern
Arabia,
ones,
I mean,
maybe
we saw this one directly behind us. In the Middle
maybe
East.
maybe the Mediterranean, like
Yeah.
where it's sort of warm as well. But yeah, sort of arid, the eastern side of the
So
Mediterranean
that's
as well.
That's the plant that little apple comes off. That
Oh, the prickly pear.
prickly pear, yeah,
Right.
comes off, yeah. Which
Wow.
also grows in New Zealand, but it only flowers in New Zealand, and we saw
It's
it all
really
the way
nice.
through Saudi Arabia as well, yeah.
How ma-
Taking a bite out of this.
It does. One side of that one does look like a bite, Oscar. Show us. Harry, can you read us the first bit of this and tell
Oh, yeah.
us about the gardens?
The first paragraph there.
Yeah.
You find yourself inside one of the largest and most ancient riads of the Medina of Marrakesh. It is the place that has kept ancient structures intact that are of an extraordinary cultural value, linked to the art of gardens, architecture, and Arab hydraulics.
Wow. Thank you. That's quite fascinating. So I wonder, so it must have some water gardens as well, Gav. What do you think
Well, I
will
can
be
see
like
water
the-
running right down the middle here.
Oh, so is this their actual way of getting water,
I
like
think
of
so, like-
irrigation,
like
the
irrigation,
systems
like
of
an
Or
irrigation?
like
Yeah.
a water duct.
Yeah, I think
aqueduct,
so.
yeah.
Aqueducts, so they carry water from one place to the next.
Yeah.
Can you see that, Oscar? That sort of,
Yeah.
I can see that big line
Like a
over
little
there.
pond going through.
Shall we see where it goes to?
Yeah.
Come on then. Go figure out where it goes to, Oscar. Okay.
Guys, I have found tortoises in here and goldfish. Look, there's like a little baby one down here. It's got like a really long neck. I know.
I'm not sure if you can actually see them.
It wasn't quite what I was thinking it was going to be at the end of. I thought at the end of that row it would be like how they irrigate the plants and things like that. Wasn't quite what I was expecting. I reckon. Do you reckon underneath? It looks like underneath. It will show how the water cools everything down.
So guys,
Look at this.
you see this tree here that's really spiky? That's a very poisonous tree.
Isn't it?
Look at it. He said he learned about it on David Attenborough. Through there.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, I didn't even see that.
Very spiky.
Wow.
This looks like the everlasting plant.
Yeah. It's like the this is an everlasting flower, I think.
So it stays dry.
Yeah. And water will kill it. That's the thing. That's strange.
Very beautiful.
We're going to the green spot, which is I think is Islamic.
I think it's a tower.
Oh.
I think we're going to go up the tower.
Look, it's the old man cactus. And that is the tree name. I think it may be the old man cactus.
Why? It does look kind of like.
That's what it's called.
Do you think it's spiky or not?
Is it actually called the
I
old man
kind-
cactus?
Yes. I kind of felt
I don't know
that
about these
the
facts.
ferns are quite soft, but it's got little spikes in between.
It's very clever.
She had
So, do you actually know why Oscar's calling that old man cactus? So when we were with our friend who's got one of those apps that you can put it at a plant and tell you what the name of the plant, it'll tell you what species it is.
Oscar's hand, it said old man cactus.
So that's it.
Mine was horsetail.
And I don't even know.
Can I tell you?
we didn't tell us.
Can I tell you something? Do you know why cactuses have the spikes on it? It's because they do hold water so they can grow, and they have the spikes to protect it from llamas and also birds.
Right, yes, of course.
There's something.
So that's something they built up over time,
Yeah.
eh?
Another thing I found is something called the teddy bear cactus, but I'll get to that later.
Good on you, Oscar. So we're about to go up into the tower. So I think what makes this place so famous is it's actually like the gardens that we've seen in, I feel like in Iran and in maybe in Saudi Arabia, where they use like a hydraulic system to irrigate everything, actually to get water from the mountains literally all the way to Marrakech, like a city in the desert. And I guess because water was so scarce, that was like a top priority. And this one is a 1,000-year-old structure that uses it, some kind of hydraulic system. I think we're going to go in here and up the tower and go and see. That's pretty clever. I know. Did you know you can see snow on the mountains up there?
Yeah.
Did you say before that you can see the snow? We
You
can actually
you can
see the
snow.
Atlas
I
Mountains.
don't
in the
feel hot
distance.
anymore now that
I know.
I'm in here.
Is it kind of crazy that you can see snow on the mountains yet it's actually
Yeah.
stifling hot
Like
today?
so hot.
Not
I
as-
feel like I'm in a kettle.
Not as hot as yesterday, but that's pretty crazy. So that'll be where the water comes from anyway, from the beautiful mountains all the way here. And I think it must have irrigation for gardens like this, but for all of the riads within the Medina. But it says now the secret garden is the last remaining one that still uses the original irrigation system. It's pretty cool.
Imagine if you had like a house in the middle of this.
I
It'd be
know.
like the best spot.
Well, I
to
think
live.
this would have been this is what a riad is, where it has a courtyard like this with a garden.
This is really beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to live there.
I know, it's very peaceful even inside. When you think about when you go out into the city, into the streets of the Medina, and it's like full of motorbikes and people absolutely
If we,
everywhere.
once we go out there, it's going to be so loud, but
I
in here
know.
it's so
And how it can be so peaceful in here. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Wow.
This is probably the best point of view that we can actually see the snow on the
I
mountains.
think so. So this is, we can see the snow on the Atlas Mountains in the distance. And the highest mountain there is what, 4,000 metres?
4,500.
4,500 metres. So it is higher. It is the highest mountain in North Africa second tallest after Mount Kilimanjaro. Isn't that incredible?
Guys, that's beautiful.
It
Look at the
is.
snow.
So I think this is the only tower that can be higher than the minarets, the mosques.
The wall are short, lower.
Oh,
But you
okay.
can recognize the wall where you see the wall, the building there higher.
Yes.
Yes,
In front of them, there's like the limits.
right.
Ah, so within the city walls, you can't build higher than 3 floors, which is the height of only mosques, and this tower can be higher than that.
Right.
The outside, you can see the new,
Ah, yeah, you
the
can
new
see, yeah.
buildings, like the high buildings. They're
Yeah,
outside, so those are in the new
I
city.
can just imagine. I can only imagine the buildings because I'm too short to see them.
Oscar has to be behind the wall on this side, but it is pretty amazing. Lucky you got to see all the gardens there, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very cool.
So we're just talking to our guide here that was saying, we're talking on the top of the tower, saying that Marrakesh is like a real melting pot of all cultures, not only of all cultures and all people, but of all the seasons, where in one single day you can be here in the desert, like the heat of the desert, or look over there within just a couple of hours. I don't even know how long it would take, but you can be in the snow in
Yeah.
the mountains, or in a couple of hours right down to Essaouira, be at the beach at the
You
sea.
could be back surfing in a couple of hours.
So it really is, it's incredible. But one thing I reckon is super special about seeing it, and from up here on this tower, is that you can actually see the kind of definitive line of the outside of the city. You can see the contrast of the
Yeah.
old city and then the Medina walls, and then you can see right over to the new city. So this part here is all the old city. This is all the old,
Airport.
you can see the airport. This is the True, this is the old city, and then over this side, this is where you can see the new. So outside the city walls, that's where the high-rise buildings is. So there they can have the higher like apartment blocks and things. We can see a plane up behind you, Harry, taking off.
Yeah.
So, and what do you reckon? Would you recommend people to come to Marrakesh?
Absolutely. And definitely come to the gardens. It's super beautiful.
And what's your favourite part about the gardens? I think I know what
I just
Oscar
like
to
the
be.
trees.
You like the trees?
Yeah.
Especially that spiky tree that you saw?
Yes.
I like
and
seeing the
I like
turtles.
seeing the
You like
turtles.
seeing those?
Like spooky how?
They were really cute. And so, Gav, what do you reckon? Would you recommend people coming to Marrakesh? What would you tell them? Why did you wait so long to come to Marrakesh, by the way?
Probably because we always would aim for sort of off the beaten track sort of stuff.
Yeah.
This is very, very busy.
It is very, very
It
busy.
is very busy. Like the Medinas and everything are extremely busy. But hey, you know, it's like the guy said, it's a big melting pot of culture here, and
Yeah.
I guess you haven't been. Have you actually been to Morocco if you haven't been to Marrakesh?
What do you
I'm not
reckon,
sure.
guys? Do you think that is that the question? The question of this one?
Yeah.
Do you reckon you can call yourself that you've been to Morocco if you haven't been to
I
Marrakesh?
don't think so.
Or what do you think? What's the favourite city of Morocco? I don't know if we could answer that.
No, I don't know. if
I
can
could
answer
choose.
that.
I could choose the towns I really like,
Yep.
but we
I get-
haven't actually been to all the cities yet, and we've still got Beasley.
Imsawan.
You like Imsawan? Imsawan's the town.
You
Town.
can't ask me a question like that.
Okay, we won't ask you then, Oscar. All right, let's have one more look and admire the view out here.
Yeah, that's pretty stunning.
But why not stay just in Morocco?
Yeah, we would like to.
In Morocco.
What'd you learn today, Oscar?
I learnt.
What about the height of the tower? Did you know it can't be higher than the mosque?
Yes.
Did you know no buildings inside the Medina can be higher than the minarets?
No.
So they can only be 3 stories. It's pretty cool, eh?
It's pretty
I think
cool.
it's how they keep it so
how they
beautiful,
keep
like
so
so
perfect.
traditional, yeah, and so perfect. And Giv, we were just reading about the layout, like why it's
Yeah.
actually laid out.
So it's set out in grids to easily sort of irrigate the land.
Like it's perfectly kind of symmetrical way these gardens, but
Yeah.
each garden is like a different type of tree, different type of environment as well. But also I think not only is it to irrigate it, but it says that it's to represent the 4 parts of paradise, like promised by Muhammad. Hey Gav. So the term riyad is actually in Morocco any residence that's got a garden inside it.
Oh, really?
So a dar, when we say the dar is like
Yeah.
a sort of extension, but it just has a patio, so it doesn't have anywhere to plant trees.
Right.
So it's anywhere that can have a garden like this.
I was just
Isn't that
reading
beautiful?
here about the importance of water, and like as with it's seen
Oh,
in the
because it says
washing
that-
before. Before prayer,
yes,
yeah,
before
like
prayer.
that.
So, wow. So it has so many multiple meanings and stuff. So it's a very sort of deep, a very special place. No wonder they've put so much work into to restore it to make it back to its original beauty. It's stunning. So apart from what you learned, Oscar, what's your favourite part of the gardens here today?
Every bit. I don't know.
You don't know?
I like every bit of it.
It does sound really beautiful with the water sort of flowing and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And there's birds around, there's lots of birds. Look at those, and I think like olive trees maybe?
Maybe.
And these look like citrus trees in
Did
here.
you know, guys? Over there are lemon trees. Some lemon.
Ah, well done. It sounds beautiful with the water here.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of crazy that it's so busy as soon as you get out behind those walls, eh?
Yeah.
Can you describe what it's like in the Medina here in Marrakesh, Harry?
Crazy.
What kind of crazy? Tell us what it's like.
India.
It's
Reminds me of India.
What's happening? Is it noisy or...
Very, extremely noisy.
And what kind of sounds can you hear?
Motorbikes,
Cats.
cats, dogs,
I can,
more bikes.
and people calling out what they're selling.
Yeah.
Yeah? And
Like,
what can you smell as you walk around?
The spices.
Yeah, I could smell amazing spices. Things, not so many things cooking now because it's Ramadan during the day.
Yeah.
Maybe in the evening.
Yeah, since it's going to be iftar.
Yeah, maybe after iftar we might
Yeah.
smell, like, sometimes you can smell that chebakia as you walk through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lily pads. I've never
What
seen
else?
a real lily pad.
Are there?
Yeah, look. I've never seen a real
Don't
lily
fall in, Oscar. I'm a frog. I can balance on a lily pad.
Hey, look, there's a fish.
Look at these beautiful doors. What do you reckon? It's all hand painted, eh? So do you think they must have restored it as like to look as closely like it must have used to
Yeah.
look? Would have been pretty grand in its day. Oh, here's all the pictures of restoration. So it's a massive, massive project. Imagine the families or the people that used to live here
Yeah.
back in the day. See how beautiful it must be. So Oscar, you got your moments to do your sort of David Attenborough explaining about that. So have you decided what your favourite part of the gardens is now?
This bit.
This bit?
Yep, this is the best bit.
Where the water and the
Yeah.
turtles?
The water, the tortoises, or the turtles.
It sounds pretty good. I reckon they're those, they're kind of like those red-eared turtles, I think, eh? All right, do you want to wrap us up now? We're going to head
Yeah.
back out into the Medina. But
Yeah.
would you recommend people to come to these beautiful gardens?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, that's awesome. All right, do you
We
wanna-
will see you on the next day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.